everybody. Welcome back to Skyrim Special Edition. As you can see, we are down in the Thieves Guild. I'm going to do a quick look around because I don't know exactly what all has changed. But, if we go over here, you will see that our cabinets here are almost full. The only thing we're missing is this, the Crown of Baron Zaya, which we obviously won't be able to get. And that's it, because I have done my 125 side jobs for the Thieves Guild, as you can see by this list of basically burglary and fishing jobs. Oh, there you go. Like, so many of them. It only took me a couple days to do it, and I may have ended up doing, well, I definitely did at least one extra because I was doing 2 jobs at a time, so obviously I did 126 at some point. But I may have done more because this here is the last thing you get is this safe, which when you open it up, comes with random stuff. I think this replenishes every once in a while. It also had like 1,600 gold in it or something, but I already took that out. But yeah, it comes with this stuff. And the reason why I may have done more is because for some reason I thought that the safe ended up right here at the end of the desk, not over there next to the cabinets. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And like I said, I know that this carpet shows up at some point during it. I think that those banners up there are a little new. I don't think anything changes in the side rooms. Even if they did, I don't think that I showed you guys the side rooms before, so it would be pointless. But anyway, onward we go to deal with Mercer Frey in Irkngthand. But yeah, huge amount of side jobs. A lot of pickpocketing, as you can imagine. And in fact, if we go into my skills menu and over to my thief skills, you'll see that my pickpocket is 100 and my speech is now 100. And my sneak is up to 72. Because sneaking around doesn't actually net you all that much in the way of sneak experience, which may sound weird, but in reality, it's sneak attacks that get you a buttload of stealth experience. Let's see. Also, fucking dragon. Like, so fucking annoying. Trying to do... Can't remember what it is I was trying to do. I was trying to do something, though. And I kept getting fucking dragons. It was just like, ugh, go away. Because, like, you know, it's like, go away, because in my current state, you can actually kill me, because I don't have, like, almost any magic, well, I have very little magic resist right now. But yeah, muddled my way through, got all of the, beat them just a little bit. But yeah, got all the side jobs done, all 125 of them. And yeah, it was fun. I do enjoy doing them. Like, it's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think that they could have done less than 125. And the fact that, like, 75 is the last trophy in the cabinet that you get, and then it's 50 more for a safe. Like, even if it was just 100 for the safe, like, that would be so much better, considering that the length of time it takes, right, to get from the final trophy to the final actual, I guess, upgrade. That's what I call them, but I don't know how many people would consider that an upgrade. It's like 4 other trophies, right? Like, you get 4 other things in the same amount of jobs as you do just getting the final one, which, to be fair, is fairly common when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, I can't remember what game it was. Oh, you know what? It may have been like Pokemon Go, but like it's a thing that happens with like experience points, obviously, in a lot of games where getting like the final level in a game is as much as getting like, let's say you had 100 levels, like getting from level 99 to 100 is the equivalent of getting to from like 1 to 90. Like there's so many games that do that, which once again I understand, but at the same time, each level, you know, like it makes it seem like that final level is going to just like superpower you, right? Even though it doesn't. Now, I do understand that it's like you're so experienced already that it would take a lot for you to feel like you've learned anything new. I do get that, but at the same time, you know, there's, you know, it's a game.
What was that?
I don't know. You must be above me though. I'll get close the door. That'll open. Oh, there he is. I don't know where he's gonna go. I was gonna say hopefully he comes and stands at the edge here so I can shoot him, but I don't know. I mean, I can see his little head, and theoretically, if I can see his head, I can shoot him. But I was gonna say like this is my one chance. Um, but at the same time, you know, like it's generally that obviously every level will require more experience, but then a lot of games also add in the like the level difference between you and the things you're fighting will also lower the experience the greater that difference is. And I feel like one or the other would make for better balance, you know? Like just give everything a set amount of experience and then just increase how much experience you need, right? Or keep how much experience you need to level up consistent, but as you level up, things give you less experience. I mean, I feel like one or the other would honestly be a better way to do it than both. Is there somebody there? Like, yep, fully armored. Oof, right in the heart. Or lung, or, well, whatever, right in the chest. So odds are something's got pierced there. Since my speech is at 100 now, I'm, you know, it might not be a bad idea for me to, like, you know, increase the amount of stuff that I can take, but I don't know. It's just very hard to tell, like, what is worth taking. Like, that's one weight for, like, 700, so that's not bad. But that's, like, 14 for 700, so it's like, why should I take the thing that weighs more and gives me the same amount? But whatever. Watched a so like generally when I watch animes, right? I'll find one that I want to watch. I'll wait for it all to come out, right? Because I am very bad at watching week to week, and I usually end up watching for like a couple weeks and then like I just stop, right? So I decided that because I've been burned a couple times doing that, where you know, like I wait for like 2 months for something. I'm like excited to see it. It finally comes out. I watch it and I'm just disappointed by it. And it's like it wasn't worth the wait, right? So there's quite a few that I am interested in seeing that have come out recently. So I decided, fuck it. I'll watch once they get to like 3 episodes, 2, 3 episodes. I'll watch them, see if I would like to watch them more, right? Because I feel like one episode, you're not gonna get you're gonna get like the basics of what the show is about, but like, you know, it's obviously not gonna be like it's not a good enough thing, right? And even 2 episodes, depending on what type of show it is, like if it has a little bit more explaining to do than other ones, it might take 2 episodes. But 3 episodes, I feel, is a good marker, and you should be able to get a good feel for whether or not you would enjoy the show, right? So I watched one that I figured I would like. The world's greatest demon lord reincarnates as a typical nobody or something. I think it's I hate the titles of animes. I love anime so much. I despise the titles. They're always just so long. But anyway, I went into this one like basically knowing that I would enjoy it because of its premise, right? And I did. It was really good. I think it's a little weird because like in most shows, because as you can tell by the title, he reincarnates, right? And it's been like some amount of time. I don't know, a good deal amount of time, but at the same time, that other woman who used to be a subordinate is still alive. But I don't really know what lifespans are like for like the beast people in the show, so anyway, it's been some amount of time, and it's one of those ones where it's like, oh, I've been gone so long, and just like everything seems to have like not necessarily gone to shit, but like everybody is significantly weaker than people were. Like the standard person is significantly weaker than they were back in my day, right? Like even like the people who are considered strong are still like probably as weak, if not weaker, than like a typical person back in his day, right? And he ends up like where he constantly does stuff and is surprised that people find it weird or find it whatever, right? Which would make sense, except based on the show, he was reincarnated as a baby. Like when he reincarnated, he started as a baby and grew up. So he should have, in theory, known a lot of the stuff that he seems confused by because, oh, what the fuck? Because it's like very basic common knowledge, right? Like if he had reincarnated, it was like, bam, I have been reborn, right? It's like 1,000 years later, but like I'm already fully grown or something, right? Like in Misfit and Demon King Academy, right? Like he was born and he uses magic to like age himself up, so he's like 15 in a month basically, or however old they are in that show. I don't know. I mean, he's like a month old at the beginning of the show, I do believe. But anyway, oh, a lot of traps, eh? Yeah, it's just but outside of that, right? And that's like a very minor, like whatever, right? Thing. Great show, loved it. Can't wait to watch it. And then I watched another one called Dawn of the Witch, I think is what it's called, but I'm not 100% sure because one of the main characters on there calls herself the Witch of the Dawn, so I feel like it would be weird to have something called Dawn of the Witch, but then have Witch of the Dawn be the character, but whatever. Watched 3 episodes of that. Also very good. Loved it. Funny. Main character's a little meh. Because like he doesn't remember anything before joining the academy that he's a part of. Somebody took him there. You see, like one of the first things you see is somebody like taking him from wherever the fuck he was, and presumably enrolling him in this academy, but wiping his memory for whatever reason. But anyway, it was a pretty good show. I enjoyed the first 3 episodes. They were good, and they do make me want to watch more. But now here's the one that surprised me the most. Not that I did in fact enjoy it, but because I actually found it more enjoyable than the other 2. The Dawn of the Witch one, I was like, this could go either way. I was happy that I enjoyed it. The reincarnated demon Lord one or Demon King. I can't remember what he is. I think it's just Lord. I honestly, I still really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but I still really enjoyed it. But last one was Trapped in a Dating Sim. Life is hard for mobs in an Otome game, I think is the full title. It was so fucking funny. I fucking loved it. I watched the 3 episodes of it. I wanted to watch more. I was disappointed that there was only 3 episodes out already, because I just wanted to keep watching it. It was very good. It was very funny. And I really fucking enjoyed it. And the way that the first 3 episodes ended was just fucking hilarious. It was like, oh no, I need to see what happens next. And it's very interesting because, you know, as you can guess by the title, main character is trapped in an Otome game, which is just a dating sim. I don't know if there's a difference between them. Like, the only time I've ever heard Otome game said, it was where the main character was female and therefore seducing males, right? So I don't know if in Japanese or whatever, like, Otome is that specific one, or if Otomes are just dating sims, and it just so happens that the times that I've heard it, it has just been female protagonists. But either way, it was fucking hilarious. But now that we're done the first part of Irkngthand, let's continue with our actual mission, shall we?
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late.
Those bandits back there.
Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late.
I'm ready. Let's go.
We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
Now, we do have these 2 guys, and they are fairly... The fuck? Oh. And they are fairly competent fighters. They do fairly well. There's some Blackbriar Reserve down here. And some lockpicks. Oh, and a Thieves Guild symbol. Apparently somebody left that for us. Alright. But yeah, that's my anime chat for this part. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of new ones coming out. Cancel my Netflix subscription because it was already up to like $17 a month, and they're talking about raising the price again. And I just don't use it nearly enough. And like the stuff that it gets used for is stuff that, you know, have already watched but was good. So it's not, but like very little, if anything, of the new things that they come out with are just kind of like, all right, you know, whatever. It's just not worth it, right?
What's that? It's Mercer. Look, down there.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh.
Damn it, there's no way through.
Killed one. Is he gonna get the other? We can't shoot him, by the way. The bars do block the arrows.
He's toying with us. He wants us to follow.
Aye, lass, and we'll be ready for him. Let's keep moving.
Alright. But yeah, thinking of getting Shudder and BritBox, since I can get those through Prime and just like watch them through the Prime Video app, which makes it a lot easier than having to like switch apps all the time. And then, you know, cancel my Funimation subscription because all of that stuff's moving on to Crunchyroll. I still have it for another year because I didn't quite cancel it before the last payment came out.
The size of this place. Have you ever seen anything like it in your life, lass?
Yes.
Can't say that I have. Imagine the riches hidden within these walls.
I mean, I've seen a huge amount of stuff like this. Okay, so that's going to open up this door. Him. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Is that really the only other one? Oh, there's one there. Oof. They are a sturdy bunch, are they not? No, got him, no. I mean, falmer do have one of the, higher level caps on them.
The afterlife will bring you darkness.
So yeah, these guys are good fighters, which is a good thing, because just like other followers, generally, if you, even if you're in stealth mode, if you hit somebody and they don't die, even if they haven't detected you yet, these dickheads will still go and attack, like, immediately, so, which obviously wasn't a problem here, although they didn't attack the first guy that I hit, but it's weird, but they did seem to be going for that last guy I hit. Now, I don't know if that's just because maybe that one was a little bit closer, you know, when it started to detect me, because, well, I mean, it started to detect me, it took an arrow, and was like, the fuck just happened, right? But yeah, as you can see, because this is technically still a Thieves Guild quest, they don't necessarily expect you to be combat oriented, you know? Like, obviously we are more or less because of, you know, everything else that we've done. And every time I've leveled up, I have got Niru in, or whatever the hell his name is, to train my archery to increase it a little bit. So they do have stuff like this here. Like, as you can see, that's where those two falmer guys were. So with that, it would have... I doubt it would have killed them. Like, if I had to guess, I'd say it probably didn't kill him. Or probably wouldn't have killed... It might have killed the one, because he was already injured, but... The one that was at full health, I highly doubt it would have killed. Okay, well, I see the skeevers. May as well get our sneak experience from the stealth, from the sneak attacks. But yeah, it's interesting when, like, you look up the because what was... Oh, right, that's what it was. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook about, like, the magic in this game, and how, like, at higher levels it's near worthless, and they were arguing that wasn't right. So I was like, you know, it's like, there's no way to increase the damage of spells. So I mean, when compared to other stuff, you know, like, the strongest spell would be theoretically Incinerate, and the reason for that is because all of the expert level spells do 90 points of damage, but obviously Incinerate also applies a burn, which does a little bit more, but the burn damage generally isn't very much, so you're looking at, like, not, like, I don't know exactly how much the burn damage is, but either way. And then you also have to take into account that a lot of enemies in this game have a resistance to frost, and then, like, probably the biggest enemies in the game, the dragons, tend to have resistances to frost and fire, or frost or fire, I guess. I don't know if they... No, I'm pretty sure they have them to both, and then just depending on which dragon it is, changes which one they're more or less susceptible to. But, like, they brought up the fact that the master level lightning spell, like Storm Bolt or something, right? It's basically a big Kamehameha. It's a laser beam. And it's like, yeah, that melts anything that'll stand still and let you hit it, because you can't move when you hit it. If you get hit by like most enemies have some sort of power attack, even like the archers can have the power shot ability, so that and they can knock you out of it. And then like if you're going through like, let's say, a dungeon like this, right, like you have to take the time to do it. And so like, you know, they brought up the fact that, you know, you can use the become ethereal shout to become invulnerable, to charge up the spell, and then once it's charged, also, are those fuckers are on a timer. But then like, you know, it's like, all right, but then you have to use the shout just to get the spell off, and it still doesn't remove the fact that, you know, if, you know, because you can't cast it while you're ethereal, you can only charge it up. And then, obviously, once you've cast the spell, if you need to move, you would need to recast it, right? And, you know, obviously, not only... and then, you know, obviously, like, the other two spells are fairly worthless. The other two master level spells, because it's a big wind-up. They're AoE. They don't do enough damage, once again, to justify the cast time. So why did that one die in one hit? I guess because that one was considered an archer one. I see you way over there. Nice. But yeah, it was just, you know, just going back and forth. It brought up like the illusion skills, right, and how you can like frenzy and that. But like I mean, but there's like a certain level that those will just stop working on, and once you get to higher levels, you know, the only enemies that are going to be giving you trouble. Well, that doesn't sound good. Are going to be the ones that are over the levels that those spells affect, right? It's like, oh, Paralyze doesn't have one. It's like, yeah, but Paralyze also doesn't kill them. And then, you know, brought up like Necromancy. Like, you know, Conjuration is a solid one. I mean, I'll admit, Conjuration is one that, you know, can carry you through the game even at higher levels, because, you know, you can just keep summoning stuff. It's like, even if it dies, oh well, just summon another one, right? But then, like, for some reason, he brought up Necromancy, and it's like, okay, but Necromancy also has a level cap. And, once again, like, the enemies that are going to be, like, once you get to the higher levels, there's going to be the enemies that you need to fight, and the only things that your Necromancy is going to be able to raise are stuff that's significantly weaker than them. Although, it did make me rewatch the Fudge Muppet video on who the best Dead Thrall was. If you don't remember, Dead Thrall is the master Necromancy spell that lets you permanently raise an enemy from the dead. And surprisingly enough, Sword and Shield, or Axe and Shield, whatever, One-Handed and Shield, Bandit Chief. Top tier right there. There was Master Vampire, I do believe, was technically better or more or less equivalent to him, but Bandit Chief, yeah, was, they discovered, more or less the best Dead Thrall. Because, like, with the Dead Thrall spell, every time that they die, their level resets based off of yours. So, like, if your So like if you resurrect something, right, or you get the dead thrall, and let's say they're at level 12, obviously you can bring them back from the dead. Come on, drop down. Yes. Oh, there is one more down there. That's got to be Brynjol for Carlia or both. But then let's say that like you level up. You're now level 15. Okay. And something takes out your dead thrall, your level 12 dead thrall. Once they die, they're now level 15 because they leveled up with you. And then obviously that would keep happening, and then depending on there it is. And then depending on what it was, it could end up being at a higher level than the dead thrall spell will work on. But the thing about the ancient vampire or master vampire maybe, and the bandit chief is not only.
The entire tower collapsed.
The only reason he'd do that would be to block pursuit. It must be Mercer. We'll have to find another way around.
Mercer was able to knock this thing down. Gods.
It's the key, Brynjol. In his hands, there's no telling what he's capable of.
Yeah, see, they talk about how like in the key it like unlocks basically superpowers for Mercer, but then when we get it, it's just an unbreakable lockpick. But yeah, the thing with the bandit chief and the master vampire was their level caps are close to, but do not go past what the spell can affect. So you should, in theory, always be able to raise them. Now the one caveat to this is if you have the Necromage perk and are a vampire, the Volkihar vampire is better than the Master Vampire because it's just a straight upgrade to them. But the Volkihar vampire can level up more than the Master Vampire, so without the Necromage perk, and you yourself being a vampire, it can eventually outlevel you. But yeah, had a whole fucking... Well, I mean, that was more or less the argument. It always seems to take longer, though, because obviously when you're doing it on social media, you know, odds are you both aren't just like sitting there waiting for the other one to reply, or at least I know. It's very rare that like I'm talking to somebody on social media and get a reply fast enough for me to reply, because odds are I've said something and then I've just like kept scrolling or something. One step ahead. Because he's already looted the chest, I see. I don't actually remember ever seeing that. Got a lot of scrolls to detect life. Is that supposed to be like, that's how he knows where we are or something? I don't know. Weird. Man, I will say it is kind of nice to be killing again. Man, it's been so long since I've stealth archered.
Shore's bones. Look at that monstrosity.
It's a dwarven centurion. Very tough and very deadly.
We can take the beast on or sneak around. It's your call, lad. We're right behind you.
Well, I want to see if I can activate this thing. I can, good, without even breaking my invisibility, because there are some of them. I think we saw some in the wow, they fucking obliterated that thing.
I'll give no quarter.
Oh, missed.
My hand.
they are, man, Carlia's last significantly faster than Brynhild. Wow, Carlia's taking like no fucking damage from that guy, actually. Damn. Ah, you fuckers. Well, you're not gonna hit them from wherever the fuck you are right now. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. He's moving way too fast. Man, I really expected that Centurion to last longer.
Come on, show me you've got what it takes.
I don't know why I'm not getting sneak attacks. Like, I know that, like, they're in combat, but, like, they're not in combat with me.
Come on, show me you've got what it takes.
Oh, there we go. Now I got a sneak attack. Also a random skeever way over there. Man. I don't even know where the fuck this guy is anymore. But yeah, yeah. I know that in the base game, because I do believe that the Warmonger, Falmer, or like their level cap or something, was like increased with one of the DLCs, I do believe. Probably with the Dawnguard DLC, because you do end up in like a Falmer heavy area at one point. But weird that there's just this random skeever that never got involved. But I'm pretty sure in the base game, that Dwarven Centurion there, if you do like I did, it will like obliterate the Falmer. But then once you have the DLC installed, the Falmer are just so much stronger
What was that?
than them. It's ridiculous.
Could use some practice.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my fuck.
I think they've got the message.
Like, Jesus Christ, hitting these things sucks. But yeah, it's just kind of funny to see, like, the difference one DLC will make. Because, like, those Dwarven Centurions, because that was, like, even the Master, that was, like, the highest grade of those you can get. And it did basically nothing. It was just worthless to activate it first. All it did was get them to attack Brynjolf and Carlia because they were considered in combat. Was a Master right here. Like, those things used to be so powerful, and then the Falmer just got that buff. They got their level cap raised, and the Centurions I don't think did, or if they did, they didn't get it raised nearly as much. Because yeah, in the Dawnguard
Crime is one thing.
DLC, the
Is another. Mercer will answer for this.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Right, yeah, because like the one area that we go to during the Dawnguard DLC, we end up in an area that has like a lot of Falmer. You might remember actually the
Mercer has a lot to answer for.
the Falmer books in our vault there. That's part of the Dragonborn, not Dragon. That's part of the Dawnguard DLC. I wish that they hadn't made the two DLCs both start with D, but
Until next we meet, lad.
but yeah, it's a little ridiculous. Also got some new games on the spring sale, and then today actually there was an un-Halloween sale because I guess they wanted to put horror games on. You might think, oh, does that mean the Spooky Sunday got extended a little bit? Yeah, but based on the one game that I bought, that seemed to not only be good, but also that not only be interesting, but also had good reviews. It's been extended for like 1 day, maybe like 2 at most, because like when I looked up the achievements in it, it was like, oh, it takes 1 to 2 hours to get all the achievements. And it's like, oh, you fucker. Whoever that is, get the fuck out of my line of sight. Because I was like, oh, alright. There's a couple other ones that I was going to get as well, but ended up not based on the reviews. Like, there was one that was like, just like the pacing was so slow, which is actually why I have another game. I'm not going to do videos in it. But it was one of the free games, like Second Sight or something, where apparently you play as like a blind girl following a cat around or something. And it was free, and it was like an easy 1,000 gamer score, so I said, fuck it, why not, right? But then, like, reading the things, apparently it's like very, very slow paced. Like, to the point where you basically want to have a collectible, like, based on what the, like, some of the people were saying, like, you basically want to have a collectibles guide up because you don't want to, because even though there's chapter select, you don't want to have to go back through to pick up a collectible because it takes so long. So like I haven't started it yet because I don't. It's like I don't know if that's one, because it's, even with how slow paced it's supposed to be, it's only supposed to be like, I do believe like a 4-hour completion. So like I don't know if it would be better to spread it out over multiple playthroughs, or to just like take the bullet and just do it all at once, because I mean I am interested in it. I don't really know what the story is, but I mean somehow you end up following a cat around, which sounds at least a little bit interesting. So I do want to play it, but it's just like, do I want to do it all at once? Do I want to take my time? Because like on the one hand, if I do it all at once, I'm gonna, like, if I sit down with enough time to complete it, I'm gonna complete it, right? But if I sit down and have like an hour to play it, you know, like let's say I turn it on after I like finish a recording or something, right? And I got like an hour to record it afterwards, right? Before I have to like go do something else, like go have some supper or something, right? Like, and if it is that slow pace, will I want to do it again the next day, or like another day? You know, like, will I want to do it an hour at a time, or like will it get to a point where it's just like I don't want to, right? But yeah, that was that the new horror game I got was I don't know. It should pop up at some point here. Actually, I should be able to check here. An Evil Existence. I don't know if it'll be any good, but I don't know. We'll see.
Do the falmer also have no sense of smell? This place reeks.
Yeah, but it reeks the same as it always did. So when a new smell approaches, they should know.
Stench. This place reeks of falmer.
This must be their hive. You'll have to keep silent if you want to avoid drawing their attention.
But yeah, there was another horror game. Don't remember the name of it, but it sounded really interesting. I was gonna get it, but then like then I looked at the reviews, and the one guy was like, I mean, you barely get any of the story; it all gets thrown at you at the end. And then they try and make it seem like a 50-year-old man taking advantage of a 16-year-old girl is a good thing. So I was like, all right, that's weird and could be up for interpretation, but based on the other reviews that I read as well, it's like, eh. And then there was, what was the other one I was going to get? Fuck, I don't remember now. There was another one I was going to get, but like I read the reviews and it just... didn't sound good, you know, because it's one of those things. Like I was watching, I think PlayStation Access video. Where they were talking about like things you've done for a platinum or something, or no, signs that you're obsessed with platinum.
The dwarves were a cruel race.
She says, as I just used them to kill 2 falmer. But like one of the things on there was like you bought a game because it was like an easy way to get a platinum trophy, and it's like I don't think I've ever done that. You know, like watching it, I thought like I've decided to play games, or I've decided to buy games because they had an easy 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna say that I never did that, but it's never been the sole deciding factor for me. You know, like even then, it still had to be a game that I was at least somewhat interested in. But like if I'm on the fence about a game, right? Obviously I'll look up reviews, see what other people have to say, and even if it's a bad review, depending on what they say, you know, will determine whether or not, you know.
Mass of the farmer in this chamber. We can sneak through or take them down. I don't care, as long as we get to Mercer.
Aye. Whatever you want to do, we're with you.
But yeah, there's like I'll look up reviews, but like I mean, there's been times where like even like Angry Joe, like I watch his reviews on some stuff, and it's like even if he gives something a bad review, depending on why he gave it a bad review, might still make it so that I still buy the game. Same with like the 0 punctuation reviews. Like there's been times where it's like oh, this is why the game is bad, and it's like, okay, but I like those kinds of games. Like, for example, Immortals Phoenix Rising. I don't remember if he did the review on it, but I can imagine, based on other games that I've seen Yahtzee do reviews for, that he probably gives it negatives because like it's basically like clear the map checklist type thing, right?
What was that?
What?
I'll tear you apart. I think they got
Wait, I hear something.
Yeah, you just got fucking hit in the face. Because for some reason my cursor was, or my detection meter was completely closed, and yet I got detected. Oh, fuck.
Come, coward. Now we fight.
Oh, there we go. Critical strike, which does nothing, because criticals are worthless in this game. Alright. I think that one was fired back at me, in all honesty. Not the way I wanted to do it, but falmer are notorious for not being easy to sneak up on. But yeah, it's like I'll admit Phoenix or Immortals Phoenix Rising, while I am loving the game, I can see why people might not. It doesn't focus too much on the story. There is quite a bit of exploration, and if you really want to progress, you do have to basically, you know, go through the map and hit the check and just, you know, check things off, right? But I really enjoy games like that. Like I said, I bought new games recently. Just Cause 4 was one of them. Why? Because of that reason. It's one of those games where it's like, here's a big map with a bunch of locations, and each location has objectives for you to do. It's like perfect. That is, like, I love those kinds of games. It's why I really like the new Assassin's Creed games. You know, because like I enjoy Assassin's Creed, and I like my checklist games. You know, find the things, find the collectibles, do the objectives. I love those kinds of games. So, and a lot of people give games where that's the main focus, negative reviews or negative points for it. Unless they're part of like some kind of classic IP like Legend of Zelda or something, right? Like Breath of the Wild gets a lot more credit than it deserves. For example, see if there's anything in this one. Like it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot that they could have done significantly better. In fact, I had an argument about that on Facebook not that long ago as well. About how like the rewards for exploration aren't really all that rewarding, because most of the rewards you get for exploration is weapons, but all your weapons break, so finding a new weapon really doesn't like elicit much of a... Also, if you're wondering why I'm collecting the eggs again, it's because I did in fact actually use up quite a few of my eggs. Like you saw, my alchemy has gone up a little bit. And that's because like I have actually been doing it every now and again.
Water rushing through these pipes. We must be beneath a lake.
Alright. But yeah, I love that. And then like the other two games I got were State of Decay 2, which I'll probably do a Let's Play in, but based on the first game, I do want to play the game at least once before I do a Let's Play in it. And Control, which I'd be more than happy to do a Let's Play in. Because while I've never played the game or really seen it played, I mean, like I saw like a slight amount of gameplay, but like very, very little. Really? That was weird. I feel like I got a sneak attack both times just based on the amount of damage the first arrow did. But not only did the first arrow seem to bounce off, it also didn't give me the sneak attack sound. Man, this place is way longer than I remember. I mean, we're almost at an hour already. Like, damn. And I mean, like, yeah, I haven't really talked about what we're doing very much, but I mean, I guess I have stopped to collect like mushrooms and eggs and that again, which does tend to take up quite a bit of time when there's as many as there are around. But I shouldn't have too much in between stuff. It's really weird. I feel like because like I'm doing this game and we're at the point now where I don't really have much to do in between besides just selling crap. I mean, until I had to do the 125, or I guess it was 105 because I'd already done 20 side jobs there. I don't really have anything to do in between here, since the other game that I'm recording is Tomb Raider. I obviously don't have anything to do in between there. I don't know where these bugs are going, and I don't know if they stop or not. Okay, there's nobody in that house. So there's a falmer over there. I'll see if I... Never mind. Nailed it. Nailed it. Hate hitting those, or trying to get those things with arrows. This, by the way, can all be... Like, you can sneak through all of this. Like, I'm trying to show you as I go. Like, all the different routes and that you can take. To just, like, avoid fighting them all together. But I want to get the sneak experience that I can as we're doing this. Since you know, the Thieves Guild would obviously have very little qualms about you killing the falmer here. Oh. So I did just want to, you know what, I'll stop with the mushroom collecting and that now. Like, I do want to finish this in this part, even if it ends up being a little bit longer. I'm still going to loot the corpses, obviously, because you never know what you might get off them, but... And obviously I need my arrows back, because I'm down to 22 of them. Something in that one. Nope. That one should come to investigate. Just regular old falmer, right? God, so many. So many. Alchemy ingredients. Like, the falmer layers are just ridiculous for that. I also was playing around with my alchemy a little bit, since we're going to be doing Dark Brotherhood soon, to see like what kind of like poisons and that I could make. My alchemy sucks, man. I can buy better poisons than I can make. Now, granted, I can make ones with multiple effects, whereas the ones that you buy generally are a single effect. But I mean, it's still overall like better for me to just buy poisons. Oh, come on, look at how close that was. But yeah, it's like way better for me to just buy poisons than to try and make them myself. Oh, fucking Christ, I have no idea where the hell this. Nope. What are the odds what's in this chest would be worth it? I still, like, I understand that, like, master locks should be harder. I do get that. But at the same time, I feel like they're, like, they don't really have a good reason for the lockpicks to break.
Certain of it. We must prepare ourselves.
Yeah, whatever.
We do this for Gallus and for the guild.
Alright, for Gallus and the guild.
He's here, and he hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's get by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade.
Give me the key, Mercer.
What's Carlia been filling your head with? Tales of thieves with honor? Oaths ripe with falsehoods and broken promises? Nocturnal doesn't care about you, the key, or anything having to do with the guild.
It's not about Nocturnal. This is personal.
Revenge, is it? Have you learned nothing from your time with us? When will you open your eyes and realize how little my actions differ from yours? Both of us lie, cheat, and steal to further our own end.
The difference is I still have honor. Well,
It's clear you'll never see the skeleton key as I do, as an instrument of limitless wealth. Instead, you've chosen to fall over your own foolish code.
if anyone falls, it will be you.
Then the die is cast, and once again my blade will taste Nightingale blood. Carlia, I'll deal with you after I rid myself of your irksome companions. In the meantime, perhaps you and Brynjolf should get better acquainted.
Oh yeah, I do believe he just cast a frenzy spell on Brynjolf.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Goodbye, Mercer. Left eye of the falmer, skeleton key, some gems, some potions, The right eye of the falmer, sapphire, dragon bone, arrow. I'll take those because obviously I can sell them.
Enemy eye, and let's get out of here.
No luck there, lass. Something must have fallen on the other to the door because it isn't moving.
We have to find another way out of here before the place fills with water.
Or do we just wait for the place to fill with water? I don't actually remember how we get out of here, but I'm reasonably certain we go through one of these pipes. Because, I mean, obviously the place is filling with water. There must be... like, the water must be coming from somewhere. Oh, nice. It made my arrow float up. But yeah, one of these pipes... I want to say it's this one here. It's like the longest one. Or it sticks out the furthest, but I'm not 100% on that. Get through this pipe. No. This pipe. No. Yeah, it's gotta be. Although, it doesn't seem like I can get through there either. I mean, I can breathe underwater, so like... I'm reasonably certain that I have like infinite amount of time to solve this, but I guess it is. Huh. Oh, here we go. Right above the head. That's why they have that path that leads up behind it. To Bronzewater Cave.
I can't believe it's over. 25 years in exile, and just like that, it's done. All that remains is to ensure the safe return of the skeleton key.
Sounds like it will be a simple task.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. When the skeleton key was stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre, our access to the inner sanctum was removed. The only way to bring it back will be through the Pilgrim's Path.
I take it you've never used the Pilgrim's Path.
It wasn't created for the Nightingales. It was created to test those who wish to serve Nocturnal in other ways. As a consequence, I have no knowledge of what you'll be facing.
Then we'd best get started.
Brynjolf is needed back at the Thieves' Guild to keep order while you're away. And I can't bear to face Nocturnal after my failure to protect the key. I'm afraid you'll have to face the end of your journey alone.
That's fine. Don't worry, I'll return the key.
Take this with you. I'm not certain if it will help within the walls of the Sepulchre, but I certainly don't need it as much as you.
Oh, I think this is where we get our boat.
Almost my entire life, and it's never let me down. I hope it brings you the same luck.
Yeah, so there's the Nightingale bow. Alright. So I'm not going to worry about the rest of that crap. Oh, he took out the bears. Good for you, Brynjolf. Now, I don't know that we've been in here or not yet. I mean... well, because like, it's like 50-50 whether or not I read that this was like an exit, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot in here anyway. Alright. Hell. Ethereum dynamo actuator? That must have something to do with one of the, one of those, mod things that it automatically downloaded for me. Okay, well, let's go sell this, and then we'll end the part. And the next part will be the end of the Thieves Guild quest line. And potentially the beginning of the Dark Brotherhood one. Because, like, the Twilight Sepulchre, whatever, I don't think is very long.
You want to talk to me?
So it shouldn't take us too long, and obviously the first part of the Dark Brotherhood questline also not very long, so there is a decent chance that we can knock both those out, in which case we can complete the Crown of Baron Zaya.
Got lots of jobs available.
Interested?
I managed to recover an eye of the falmer.
Well, well. I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. By the 8, you actually got your hands on it. This alone is worth more than some thieves earn in a lifetime.
All right, and for some reason he doesn't buy like
Join me if you're ever looking for
he only buys one eye. It's very weird. Like when we go, like you obviously get 2 eyes, but he only buys the left one. Now, at the same time, he says that it's more than some thieves earn in a lifetime. If they can't earn 2,500 gold, they're not a very good thief. But there we go. I'm not going to strip the shelves of the stuff to put in the vault yet. I'm going to wait until we get the Crown of Baron Zaya so that we can get like the full picture of all of our trophies. But we can go and slap the right eye up there. But I don't think you guys really need to see me do that. So I'll go do that in between parts and then get rid of all the stuff that we picked up as well. And then, yeah, that'll be it for this part. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And I will see you next time for the conclusion of the Thieves Guild questline.